Hey everybody, it's Jack and Dan.
What's up, everybody? We did a little collaboration here with Aquafinity. He's going to be doing a little video on our channel, so make sure you come and check that out. Some questions and stuff about his history with the fish keeping hobby. And we're doing some questions that he wanted us to answer on his channel here. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're new to our channel, go check us out. We're also going to be posting something on our channel, so people hopefully come on over and check out his channel. Really cool guy, really cool channel, so thanks a lot for asking us to do this. This is going to be a lot of fun. Here's the questions he wanted to ask us. How did you get into the aquarium hobby? How did you get into the aquarium hobby, Jack?
Well, beyond above my crib, I had a little picture frame like fish tank with what was in there, I forget.
Yeah, well, you had like Harlequin Rasboro.
Yes, and it was like a little pirate ship in there, so that was pretty cool.
You were kind of born into the hobby because I did it.
Also, I just kind of like fish. I kind of like animals in general.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
I got into it, I was 4 years old. I'm going to be 49 here in a couple of weeks. I don't know when people will be seeing this video, before or after my birthday, but anyway, 49. When I was about 4, there was a auto parts store at the corner of Jack's grandparents' house. We used to go up, walking up there all the time. There was a convenient, there was an auto parts store, and the guy had a big, huge tank. And he had a lot of swordtails and angelfish, and he had it in the auto parts store, like in the lobby area. And I thought it was cool, and I wanted to get into it. So I got a 10-gallon tank, put it in the dining room of Grandma and Grandpa's house, and had an angel. Started off with an angel named Angel Gabriel. Kind of like a striped angel. I don't remember exactly what kind he was, but he was beautiful and he got pretty big. I ended up upsizing to a 20, and then it went on from there. Had tanks ever since then. High school, college, when I got my first apartments out of college, worked for pet stores, got involved in aquascaping and helping a lot of other people set up their tanks. Did ads in back of Popular Mechanics magazine. We've told that story many times on other streams and interviews, where I used to sell designs through the back of Popular Mechanics magazine and paid off a lot of my student loans by doing that. Through the old post office, got a box office.
Now we have TikTok, YouTube, and
now we have YouTube and stuff, yeah.
And stuff.
So we share a lot of our things, and I've been doing it for 44 years now. All kind of different things, and lots more to come. All right, what's the second question on there, Jack?
It says, what is your favorite fish you want? Well, that's hard to say because there's a lot. We have a lot of favorite fish. There's a lot of fish that we do have, but my most favorite one is probably this kilowog here. I forget what type he is.
Green Phantom.
Green Phantom pleco. He's awesome. He's got spots. He just kind of blends into the tank. He's pretty big, It's cool.
Yeah, we named him Kilowog from the comic book, the big guy in the Green Lantern Corps, because he was, big, and he's a big pleco. And anyway,
What were the betas?
Dark green with light yellow, light green spots. Very cool. I would venture to say he's probably one of my favorites. The royal blue that we have has gotten gigantic. We had him in your tanks, and we moved him over to the 220 right behind the camera here. He's gigantic. I've never had a royal blue get that big. I know there's a lot of different variations of them, but he is really cool. I'm actually looking at him right now, eat on a piece of wood, move around. I mean, he's neat.
He's big.
They got the red eyes and the blue.
He's
and
like a chameleon.
it almost looks like a silver, kind of like his spikes and his barbs. I mean, and of course the ropefish will always be one of our favorite fish, I think, or ropefish. We're going to be doing more with them. It's hard to pick, but they're really neat. They're like little dragons with the little fins, and they're really fun to watch. Everybody thinks they're snakes. Ours have gotten quite big.
They're kind of cute.
They have a very cute little face with the things, so yeah, I would say overall I really do enjoy the ropefish. We're going to make this tank more of a ropefish tank coming up. We've talked about it, and probably get even more of them, and maybe even try to breed them. I know Haley from Oddball Aquatics has been trying. Not many other people, I don't think, have really been successful, but
Be cool, baby ropefish.
Yeah,
They'd be cute.
be neat. So we'll see. We'll see. Hard to narrow down though to our favorite.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
We like them all. There's a lot of cool. There's a lot of cool ones.
Third question is, what sort of tanks do you have?
Well, so we got the big one. We got
The big one.
the
So we have a 220 gallon. Used to be an aqua cave with the turtles. We changed it. We've had penthouses on it. We've had aqua caves
so
in it.
essentially the big guy tank.
Yeah,
That's with the big guys.
that's the one that we're going to be changing more into Mount Ropefish.
This is the first tank we had too.
Well, the first tank that we brought to the new house, we had a 180. We sold the 180. We upgraded to a 220,
This
and
is
that's
like
the one we started
This
working
is
on.
like the clone of that.
Yeah, and that's the centerpiece of the house, pretty much. Then we've got quite a few like beta tanks. We got a 20 long. We got a little 9 gallon, so well, it's a princess tank. We got a 5 gallon with celestial pearl danios. That's like a man
The
cave.
British tanks, did you already say?
The bridge tanks we have, that's a 30 joined up to 220
The
talls.
beta tower.
Yeah, there's another like 7 gallon we're going to be putting on that beta rack soon. Right behind the camera there is another
Obviously,
one that we
the
refurbished. That's about 116 gallons. It's like some people call it a 110 or a 120 tall. We measured it. It's about 116 gallons. This, of course, is the 75 gallon Green Lantern tank we've been working on. Check out that snail right there. It latched onto this piece of zucchini, and he'll probably hang on to that for days. He's gonna hang on to that for about a week and a half. The plecos eat it. That's cool though. Once in a while, one of them will get to it.
That's crazy though. How did they get to it?
Well, he was probably on the glass, and he just moved over to
Or
it.
maybe the glass. Yeah, the glass just.
Isn't that cool? Big white mystery snail. We have another 75 that we're going to be working on right now. It's going to be in my office. And then we have about, well, somewhere between 6 and 10 fish tanks that we're going to be joining together, kind of like as an indoor pond.
Yes, it's gonna be cool.
It's going to be a
like
winter
It's
project.
gonna be like a big. It's actually snowing outside.
Snowing outside already, and it's 2 weeks before
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
So the next one says, "What's the most expensive fish you've ever owned?"
Wow, what's the most expensive? What do you think?
Expensive fish.
Well,
Now, let me
it's
see.
weird because we try to buy fish when they're cheap or on sale or babies, to get them cheaper. So a lot of them have increased in value as we've had them. Let's take, for instance, the Royal Blue. We got him for $30, and he was like, a couple inches. We've had him, I don't know, 2 or 3 years now. Someone would probably offer us $200 or $300 for him, maybe more, depending on how much they wanted him for.
I'd say. I mean, the betas aren't expensive.
No.
That's probably
Some of the plecos we've had, I think the green
that
fan,
guy. Yeah, that guy.
the big sail fins,
rocks,
yeah, they can get up. People might pay $100, $200 for
We
them.
just don't have anything, or the parrot, the big parrot,
The big parrots, some.
the big cloud roach. Because if they breed, they're worth a lot.
Yeah, that some of our big clown roaches might be worth $100, $200 depending. I've seen them go for that. We haven't had anything crazy extravagant. Some people, that might be a lot of money. It is to us too. But just because we've had them and they've grown, we didn't spend that much on them. I think the most I've ever spent on a fish, I don't know, throughout my life, maybe like $50 or $100. I wouldn't spend a ton of money on a fish.
Unless a fish that I really like is probably like a batfish. They're cool.
Well, if you were to go like saltwater, well, then you start talking a lot of money with saltwater fish.
Stonefish are boring, but they're kind of cool.
Like this green phantom, people would probably pay $100, $200 for him. He's getting pretty big. I've bought a lot of fish at one time and spent
What about the
several
pups?
$100s, and they weren't that expensive when they're babies. So anyway, not a ton of money.
This is no question, but I like to state probably our oldest fish would either be. We did have a really old pleco that passed away.
Yeah.
But how was that the big pleco sailboat?
Oh, some of these are 10, 15 years old. You have gold gourami that are over 10 years old in your tank, those big female gold gourami. And I mean, yeah, you could buy those for a few bucks when they're big and older like that. Some people would probably pay 20 or 30 bucks for them. We're going to try actually breeding gold gouramis. We've been wanting to for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's more of a quantity thing than a price thing.
I was going to say, I think Aya Stigi probably is, she's pretty old. She's, you know.
Well, yeah, our turtle is
not fish, but she's
3.5 to
older.
4 years old now. Yeah, some turtles can be pretty expensive too. It depends. I mean, she's not incredibly expensive.
No,
I think.
no, she's just, we've had her for a long time.
Next question is, what's the most, Mr. Social Media over here, Mr. Popular? What's the most you like about the aquarium hobby?
Well, I like taking care of the fish, and I like giving the fish a good home. A big, spacey home and a good home.
Yeah, I mean, we really enjoy working on the tanks together, making these projects themed tanks, or we would like refurbishing them to show people that one of the things that people think, like a tank, they look at a tank, oh, that must cost thousands of dollars. And we kind of show people how to take tanks like this that were old and refurbish them and do a lot of lighting and effects. We get a lot of these things from like Goodwill, Marks, Salvation Army stores, flea markets, you know, glass sculptures and decorations that, you know, if you go to an aquarium store and buy lights, you might spend hundreds of dollars. We lit this tank up with black lights, overhead lights, under gravel lights. And I mean, all these lights together cost, I don't know, maybe 100, 200 bucks, but we can change colors, light it up from the bottom or the top or both. And we just kind of show people how to do those kind of things. It's kind of what our channel is all about, is trying to be creative and think of, you know, fun ways to decorate your tank and give your fish an awesome home without spending a ton of money, you know. So look at all the albino cories coming up. They know we're filming. One of the cool parts about having albino fish when you do all these colors is they just change the color of whatever, you know, and we can make this tank any color, but we leave it green a lot of times, so it's a Green Lantern tank. But, you know, I think that's what we like most about it, is changing it. This tank might be this way for a year or two. We'll make adaptations to it, but then maybe we'll say we're tired of the Green Lantern tank. Let's tear it down and make a Venom tank or something.
Yeah.
Or whatever, you know. But you know, like we might do some other theme or something, and somebody else might want us to make a tank for them. We've done tanks for other people and things like that. You know, and so that's the fun part, is giving your fish a good home. We like that we started posting our ideas on YouTube. Lots of people from all around the world have reached out to us and said, hey, thanks for this idea. I never thought of doing that. That's why we started sharing it. We also met lots of awesome other YouTubers like Aquafinity, and oh my gosh, thousands
Ohio
of
Fish
people.
Rescue?
Yeah,
Brett?
we ended up meeting Brett from Tanked, Ohio Fish Rescue, Father Fish. These are people
Father
we've actually
Fish,
met
yeah.
in person, let alone met online from all over the world. What an awesome opportunity. And hopefully we continue to meet more and do collaborations like this and help each other to get the word out about what a great hobby this is. I think a lot of people are intimidated by this hobby because they do think it's expensive or difficult. And what's cool about guys like Aquafinity making videos kind of saying, hey, these fish go with these fish, or don't go with these fish, or this is what you want to do with plants or filter systems. A lot of people think this is complicated. Some people come over to our house and they're like, oh, this must be so hard and so expensive to take care of all this. And we're like, nah. They're pretty much self-sufficient. They go on their own. We dump food in every couple of days. You know, it's nice to teach people that it's a fun hobby, and it's great for stress reduction, and it's great for wellness.
It's just kind of cool. I mean, there is, and you know, the people that say that, oh, well, they're in tanks, they're entitled to space. They're not. They're not.
Nah,
they can swim around as much as they want.
Yeah.
And we're not stupid. If we can tell that they're not having a nice big space, we're gonna give them a bigger tank.
Yeah,
but that's never happened because we're not stupid. We're overbuilt.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that feel like that, or there's a lot of people that criticize. We don't get a lot of criticism, but quite honestly, we're kind of surprised. We get a lot of positive feedback. We get a lot of positive comments. I think a lot of it is because we have been doing it a long time, and we do know a lot about it, and we want to teach people what we know, what we've learned over the years to make it easier for them. When I was 4 and I got my first tank, I mean, we used to go to the pet stores and ask the old guys. You know, there was no YouTube, there was no anything. I mean, you could get a few books. There wasn't even that many books about it. But we just learned from the pet stores and asking people who had tanks and stuff. And now you could just Google it, and there's 50 million YouTube videos on albino cories or whatever.
Or just stuff. Just Google it and
Yeah.
just give you an article about it.
Well, we love all the positive feedback, the questions, the comments. It's great. We love the fact that we connected with all these other people. And this is a super fun hobby, and we encourage anyone to get into it. Whether it's small, whether it's big, whether it's 1 tank, whether it's 100 tanks, or anywhere in between, it's awesome. And thanks so much for asking us to do this Aquafinity. This was a lot of fun. We're going to post your video actually the same time on our channel. So go over to our channel after this and check out his answers or questions and answers and stuff over there too. Hey, listen, we hope everybody has a great day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.